We are living an interesting moment when Chinese manufacturers produce cheap and nice quality mini consoles that run classic platforms from years ago. A good example is the LDK Landscape. This device looks like a Game Boy Macro, but has a bigger screen and more buttons, including 2 triggers and an analog stick. It has the same power as its standard model, which is vertical and has no analogs. Simple dual-core processor, small amount of RAM, and a 2.7-inch screen. In terms of raw power, it's a very basic machine, but it aims at retro games, so that's not a problem. I like the externals. It's all plastic, but it doesn't feel like a bad material. Action buttons give a pleasant feedback, the D-pad is soft but not too much, and the Alt and L triggers click nicely when they're pressed. It has a microSD card slot for memory expansion, but there are also 16 GB of storage out of the box, and those are from an included microSD card that is hidden behind the battery. Inside this included card is the operating system. We're talking about a variant of Linux here, which is already set to run classic emulators. There are lots of options, such as Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, Master System, Arcade and PlayStation. There are also some assorted games preloaded into the card, in addition to the media playback options and system settings. Although it's possible to install custom firmwares with nice visuals, you can just put the ROMs inside the microSD and play. This was what I did. I tested ROMs from most consoles to try to give an overview of how well they will run, so let's go. Original Game Boy is perfect. Game Boy Color also perfect. Game Boy Advance very good with minor slowdowns. Super NES is good but has some games that will have trouble. Arcade is acceptable, sometimes not good. PC Engine is perfect. Genesis is perfect, we can say that. And PlayStation, well, you'd better give up. That's right, I tried a few different PlayStation games and the slowdowns are huge. Still, I consider myself satisfied with the results. The system ended up being like a pumped Game Boy with a good screen and which runs more stuff. I have to emphasize that the screen satisfied me a lot. Also, audio quality is decent and the controls didn't disappoint me. It's only important to note that this is a small machine, which made my big hands tired in about 50 minutes when I played fast-paced games. Have that in mind. Okay, so if it doesn't run PlayStation very well, the analog stick comes set up to run with any classic game. That's right, all titles can be played that way, and in some of them it even made a lot of sense, as in Mario Kart for the GBA. With those that require more precision, it's better to go with the D-pad. I still didn't mention battery life, and it's average. In my use playing different platforms and turning the device on and off several times, it lasted about 4 hours. LDK Landscape costs under $50. For that price, it delivers a more than reasonable retro experience with good screen and nice controls, which include an analog stick and shoulder buttons. I believe it's a good device for you to always have in your backpack. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I see you in the next one. Bye!